in his current role as SBU Head at Manjushree Technopack Limited, Silvassa.
Job and I joined Cummins. Growth our revenue from 10% to 19% year on year. Brought it from 12 hours to 8 hours shift.
With several awards and accolades throughout your career.
CII, Best Kaizen Award.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the esteemed Facetime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. Facetime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions, by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such industry stalwart on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Vijay Anand. He is an accomplished and goal-oriented professional with over 18 years of extensive experience, exuding a profound commitment to excellence and operational efficiency. Adept in navigating business facets of assembly and production planning, maintenance management, and manufacturing and engineering, he possesses a multifaceted skill that has been honed through his impactful journey in the automobile industry and FMCG sector. His illustrious career has been filled with noteworthy accomplishments such as the complete SAP implementation of the PM module in Hero Honda and Mahindra. He excels in conflict resolution, implementing effective maintenance schedules, and ensuring production processes while adhering to stringent quality standards and regulatory requirements. In his current role as SBU Head at Manjushree Technopack Limited, Silvassa, he orchestrates the day-to-day production operations of a manufacturing plant, achieving a monthly production of 460 metric tons. His multifaceted responsibilities encompass manufacturing engineering, business excellence, production, maintenance, and facility and safety, showcasing a holistic and strategic approach. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, Mr. Anand.
Good afternoon, Sunny.
So to begin with, could you let our viewers know in brief about your career journey so far?
Yeah, I did my BE mechanical in 2005 from a university in Jabalpur, and I started this journey. From there, I was very fortunate to start my career with Hero Honda Motors. At that time, they were coming with a greenfield project in Haridwar, and I was very much close associated during the project phase as well as during the Japanese culture like Kanban, just in time, and all this modification of Toyota production system. So I learned around that moment of time. So being the initial kick of the days during under the Japanese culture of work, I grew into a culture of an automobile company where I enhanced my not only learned but also enhanced my capability in terms of selection of problem solving tools and building myself in a career goal opportunities to accelerate my career as well. Apart from that, I got a very good opportunities from Tata Motors after working for 4 years. I Tata Motors Jamshedpur, which is very near to my hometown Patna. I got an opportunity to work with there and started my career as a production engineer there. And apart from the production, I was also looking after maintenance in Tata Motors. Soon after working for there for almost 2 years, I got a call from Mahindra and Mahindra, where my ex boss shifted from Hero Honda to Mahindra, and they were having a greenfield project coming up near Hyderabad. The place exactly is Hyderabad. So I joined there, and as I was growing there, I started my journey in Mahindra as a maintenance engineer because I had a background of maintenance, and I implemented SAP SAP. It was a greenfield project, and everything was starting from zero. But we maintain a good culture of maintenance, and also we started teaching the new ITIs we were hired across the Andhra region and taught them how the maintenance of activity has happened. Apart from installation, commissioning, and productionization of machine, I moved from maintenance to production of engine assembly and testing, and that way I got the knowledge of engine assembly and testing in Mahindra and Mahindra. I almost worked for 7 years, and throughout my journey, I would be very thankful to my bosses who always put me on the toes so that I learned everything new. And there, I started my career as a TPM journey, and also I was one of the closest association for CSR activity in Mahindra and Mahindra, which was doing in that region. That is a very background Andhra region, and we did a lot of CSR activities in that region, medical camps, then running for girl child, and we conducted one marathon for the small child. We collected around 1 lakh rupees at that scale areas for the small children, and we also donated some of our 1 month salary to a small village school as a part of CSR activities for the engineers, for the villagers there. So that has helped us a lot to understand what is ECG, ESG. Mahindra as a group is doing it, and I grew into that culture of learning as well as giving to others. There, I also learned about one of the facility of social about blood donation camp. So, one of our friend was associated with one of the thalassemia hospital in Hyderabad, where we were donating every 3 months uh, blood, and how we are contributing towards our society when we are working and grooming ourselves in terms of money as well as in terms of blood donation camp or doing social activities there. That was a great learning for me in Mahindra and Mahindra. Mahindra is almost a good company. Everybody knows. What happened? I didn't wanted to leave Mahindra. I have opted for transferring of from Pune because that moment of time I got married and my wife was working in Pune. I didn't got transfer from Pune, so I switched the job and I joined Cummins. And Cummins is one of the great MNCs. It's Fortune 500 company, and also there was 5 day working culture. And I also being as a background from Mahindra and Mahindra, they placed me into a business which is reconditioned business. It was a new learning for me. Indian business was there, and I was also act as a plant head there. So I grew myself as a plant head there. I had a small learning from Japanese culture and a small learning from Mahindra about the engines, and especially they gave me a role in a plant which does not have a plant head, and they acted they has appointed me as an interim plant head before my joining also. So it was a blessing in disguise for me, as a plant head was not there. I was an operation head, but I was acting as a plant head, and that helped me to learn about more about CSR activity, how to contribute it, to learn about legal aspects of the plant, what are the labor laws, what are the pollution control norms, what are the labor laws, what is CTO, consent to operate, consent to establish. So the 5 years was a very good, and also with the learning of lean manufacturing system, which I've learned from Hero Honda, has applied in Cummins, where we have uh, growth our revenue from 10% to 19% year on year. That was a very good achievement in terms of revenue for the plant, as well as from the CSR activity and the legal compliances. We never had any NC or any notification from the any of the government agencies who were checking even our UTP, STP. Before my joining was one of the doubtable, but after my joining, I had spent a lot of time there, so that our legal compliances are always on the toes and nobody could I would also thank the visionaries leadership who are in Cummins, who at those times were very vision, and they were giving us enough support in terms of budget, also in terms of moral support. Go ahead and implement, and freedom of implementation, because they had a very stringent rule that we will not compromise on legal aspects. So that forced me to apply each and every from the toe to head. Compliance should be in a straight line. It should not be any loophole should be left out. So we spend money, but today or itself, when I left Cummins, people do remember for implementation of the compliances, implementation of the safety aspects in the plant. That give boost. When you changes companies, still the people remember you for your good things. That help us to grow and more stronger in terms of taking decisions and taking routes. That after was I was working in Cummins, I got a very good leader who was CEO of Manjushree Technopack in one of the conclave of CII, where our company was awarded for a green belt Six Sigma project, and he offered me, Manjushri was at that moment of time was converting from proprietary to a corporate culture, and he offered me to join Silvassa, which was a greenfield project, and they wanted that automobile mindset for the people should join there as a plant, and we can from the very first day should establish all the legal compliances, because that propriety doesn't follow the legal compliances so stringent as the corporate follows it, because they look for a vision for more than 30 years and 60 years. Corporate, they look only for the 10 years, 20 years, they make money and then they sell off to somebody who is interested in buying it. So no, that helped me a lot while I was going through a greenfield project. So all I make sure that all the compliances for that plant, this plant makes into in line with the government. Also participate from the CSR activity which I was doing earlier, and so that the government agency should not figure out any loophole in this. I brought it from 12 hours to 8-hour shift. I brought it the bonus compliances for the labor law. This helped me to learn more. Because Silvassa is a union territory, they follow the rule of Delhi government, and we had to undergo a lot of training aspects into that how the government of Delhi works under it. So this is also help. This has also helped me to understand what the central actually looks for and what are the compliance they look for. Rather than I was working in Maharashtra, so I only know the Maharashtra rules and regulations. So this is helping me a lot. Uh, the plant when we established was from 0 metric ton. Now the plant has grown into 460 metric ton. Now we are targeting 1,000 metric ton this month, and we are going to acquire one of the smallest company across our facility to grow ourselves. So this is my professional journey so far. Very happy and eager to be part with this association, because I just wanted to grow up and learn more about ESG, the corporate governance, and wanted to understand how the board directors and the board members do and take decisions making on the compliance part. So that was the overall journey for myself, and looking forward to go ahead and learn new things across as I grow up and as my life goes on to end.
Thank you for the excellent start to this interview, Mr. Anand. And I must say your career journey is truly inspiring.
Thank you, Sunny.
So, continuing our conversation, Mr. Anand, what strategies do you employ to foster a culture of innovation and continuous improvement within your team or organization?
See, foster innovation is very important nowadays. The latest technologies are there. If you think, I will give you an example of. Many have given the example of Nokia, but I will still give you example of Nokia. It was having a 98% market share in India. Right now, it doesn't exist in market. It is having still 2% market share, but nobody is following that. So innovation is very, very important, whether in manufacturing sector it is too much important because of rising of the cost of the labor, rising of the cost of the land, rising the cost of the compliances. You have to have innovation in place so that you can bring the cost down, and also the people like customers like a new product, new thinkings. Now we call it millennial. We are a millennial generation. Now the Z generation has come, so they required something new. So even design modifications are happening. Now from the diesel automobile, the electrical are coming. Now we are going for a hybrid. Some say it is going to be a fuel cells. So there is no end into innovation. So how I bring this innovation culture? So I keep asking questions. What is next? what is next. So in a board meeting or in our meeting, we also I personally have to go through some latest latest journals about the innovation in the plastic products, plastic industries, as I move from automobile to plastics, and what are the latest happening through LinkedIn, through some websites, through Lubrizol is one of the competitor for us. So we also undergo a lot of the competitors, what they are having it, what their website is, what they are going to innovate it. Today, one of the quick and easy solution is the YouTube, where you search it and you will get the all details. So that is the question which we all always ask, and I always go on to customer, what is the next they are going to do it. So I supply plastic bottles to Castrol, to Marico, to Imami. A lot more customers are there where we supplies are. So I also, as a plant head, I also go to them and ask them what next you are doing it, so that we can parallelly adopt it. So I don't wait for others to be shy enough. So I always ask my competitor itself also, okay, what next they are going to do it. So they laugh it, but they usually discuss whenever we have some conclave or some meeting. They ask, they smile at me, they don't open it, but yeah, they know that right now today there is nothing hidden, there is nothing secret, it is all available in the internet. Somebody has to Google it and somebody will find it out. So they are very open. Sometimes they are very shy not to share it, but it doesn't matter to you. It is always matter what customers want it, and you have to innovate yourself, you have to demand yourself. Look as Get into the shoe of customer, what the customer will look for. That is the way of innovation is going to have. There is a problem, there is a innovation. So there is a problem, there is an answer. If there is no answer, there is innovation here, you have to play it. So I have seen myself. When I was growing, I didn't have a cell phone. We used to have desk phone after 10th, and then quickly when I went on to engineering and did completed my engineering, I had one cell phone. And right now, my kid who is having 7-year-old, he is have a separate cell phone. So innovation has changed a lot. Technology has changed a lot. So we have to have innovate itself. Even the problem solving tools are changing. So when we used to be in Hero Honda, we have only one by. Now there are n number of tools as available with the software able to solve your problem. So you have to innovate. You have to think alternative of everything today to be right on your toes, to be in this competitive market.
Absolutely. So moving ahead, Mr. Anand, you have been recognized with several awards and accolades throughout your career. So could you share some of your most significant accomplishments and the challenges you have faced in achieving them?
Yeah, so one of the award I was trying to tell you, this is from CII, Best Kaizen Award from our plant. This was very difficult for us to get the award. First of all, the problem was like that we used to have a machine shop, and our CNC lathe was one of the bottleneck in our plant. And I joined Cummins, and this was the bottleneck for the last 4 months, 4 years. And they were when I joined it, the vice president has asked me and told me, boss, this we are going for a 4 CNC machine, and this is the project, and you just make the business case and just propose it to the management, and everything has been set up. Only the business case has to be made. Management has agreed because this is the bottleneck, and you have to go ahead and deal with it. One machine was costing 1.2 crore with all the setups and all this. So four machine was going to cost about 4.8 cr. And God forbid or not, I went to Gamba, went to the machine and understand. One of my colleague was there. He told me what is the bottleneck, what is it. So it took me around 24 hours, 3 working days. I went there. I only stand on the machine as I was new. There was no workload. Only the workload was given to me on the first day was to make a business case. So I took my sweet time. Whenever you join, you have a 3 month of a grace period where you understand the system. And so that 3 days I spent on the machine along with my colleague, and I ask, keep questioning. What is this? What is this? What is this? How it is happening? Why there is so much time? And what is it? So what we did it actually, I plotted every cycle of the CNC on a graph. We actually plotted every CNC in a graph, and we started eliminating the waiting time for the machine. And that machine was running at 54 seconds. We brought it from 54 seconds to 32 seconds. So there were 40% improvement on the cycle time. What has happened to this? Our productivity was jumped by 40%. And we were going for 4 CNC machine. Right now, only we required 1 CNC machine that will fulfill the capacity of the plant. We presented this to CII, one of the CII presentation as a planted. It was a big achievement because if you see in overall crores, there was around 25 CR saving was in from a one single line, 25 CR was saving. And from the 4 CR, it was around 100 CR saving. That was never thought of, never think before it. That was revolutionary change with Cummins. In Cummins, we have done it, and that bring a lot of stuff into my my joining, because I was highlighted within 6 months of time, and I went on to present this to CII, and there were a lot of people from other industries. What a massive was that 40% improvement was not sort of 40% in any production in manufacturing sector was a so much jump that people will. I myself was very much was enthusiastic when we did it for the first time. When we reduced it for the very first day, we reduced it by 10 seconds. Then after 3 days, we reduced it by 24 seconds. So this was the jump, and that gave me a lot of recognition there. And within the organization and outside the organization, I was also recognized, and there were a lot of friends on other countries wanted to connect with me, wanted to learn more about that system. So I was not expert in CNC. I was expert in lean manufacturing systems, but that has helped me to learn. And I went on to take the award from behalf of my colleagues who have done this on the shop floor. I completely did it for one machine, but I reciprocated it to another 60 machines, and that overall gave a good saving of the plant, and we were able to achieve it. That is a very closest to my heart, because I spent around 8 hours, and that gave me a recognition across the Cummins as well as outside the Cummins, because I was presenting that to a seminar in Pune region, and that went on to be a great success, and people wanted to connect with me. So that is one of the which I would like to share everybody. Whenever I come, everybody want to speak about me. Which one is the very closest? This is one of the closest one. I did several other projects in other companies, but this was one of the closest which I have done.
Outstanding. All right. So moving ahead, can you share examples of how have you ensured compliance with quality standards and regulations in your previous role? That is part A. And how did your understanding evolve from compliance and regulations to corporate governance?
Yeah. So I will start it from Cummins. I was a role given in Mahindra as an HOD, head of department for engine assembly and testing, but compliance was not a part. We were only maintaining for the document of ISO and OSHA's document, but not as a legal compliance. So legal compliances came into picture when I joined Cummins. I was doing a partial load of a plant head. So I was not aware of the legal compliance, anything else. So what we did it in order to bring the quality in the legal compliances, I myself and my safety officer there, we went to line by line of the Factory Act 1948 plus Maharashtra Government Act, and we collaborated and we made one Excel sheet. We made one Excel sheet based on the clause 1, clause 2, clause 3. What are the legal requirements to be applied, from the lifting equipments to the air pressure to the air gauges? What are the legal requirements, each and every, the labor's law, POSH laws? What are the laws we brought in the Excel sheet, and we started where we are today and how we can achieve it to the further goal. So we what everything was done in an Excel sheet, and we used to take the printout every morning, what we have done today, what we have to achieve it today. Within 90 days, we were able to maintain everything. We will able to, uh, we will able to maintain what we have achieved already, and we were able to achieve the new legal compliances which we are lagging it. So now we made it. Now what we did it after achieving all these goals, we hired one third party who was evaluated as a corporate from Cummins itself, who came into our plant, and he assessed on these aspects of the legal compliances. So we brought it a quality so that he as he as an expert from the legal team will suggest us where we are lagging, but he didn't find any NCs, major NCs. He didn't find it. He find out few observations which is said as per the government. These are not included, but if you do it, it is better for you, so that government agencies or any inspector which is coming down to you will not able to question you again. So we did that also, because we don't want any no loophole to be left for any government agency to raise any question on us. So we did that. Now what we did it afterwards, that afterwards that all these legal compliances were bifurcated into leading indicators and the lagging indicators, and we divided that leading indicators and lagging indicators in the HOD's department wise. So some were given to maintenance, some were given to HR, some were given to XYZ. Based on the department responsibility, we gave to them, so that they will be as a KPI, will monitor it monthly, quarterly, and then after we will do this assessment every month, so that if some department required any support, any help, we will able to provide them on time, so that we does not get compliance. And bringing to that, if there is the limit was given for air pollution of 10, say suppose 10 and above is the danger zone, we brought it to 8 and above, so that we will have still time to bring it down from 8 to 10. If it is crossing 8 also, we will bring it down to 6 or below 8. We will have sufficient time to take. We will not be non-compliant, we will be targeted. After that, after seeing this, we brought into industry 4.0 IoT into picture. So everything was become digital, and we spend around money, but everything, the STP data, ETP data, pollution control data, everything was getting online. Real time data we were getting it, so that was helping us to monitor very fastly. And whenever we used to get time, or during the meeting itself, we used to open it and we used to see what is going on, what is not going on. So this is helping. This has helped me a lot in maintaining the legal compliances, plus bringing the quality in picture, so that we does not go ahead and do non-compliance or does not meet the deadline.
All right. So moving ahead, Mr. Anand, as an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
Yeah, so thank you for asking this question, Sunny. Actually, ECG, as you know, environmental, social, corporate governance, and uh, earlier this industries, when used to work, they does not work for the environment of the people or the environment of the earth. Now there is more focus on the environment and the social and the corporate government. So we have heard about the bribing, many like Satyam company. When we were going, we heard about Satyam, and I was very fortunate, unfortunate or fortunate, you can say. I was got campus selected in Satyam, but was unable to join Satyam at that moment of time, because I was from a mechanical, and that moment of time mechanical engineers were going hired in, but I didn't join because I thought, oh, how I will work in a computer or software company. But we heard that Satyam got corrupted and bankruptcy and all those stuff of death, bribe in the corporate. So you have to be ethically correct. That is what every company tell us and bring us. Whatever we are doing for profitability of the company. But along with profit, we have to also look after the environment, our environment, where we are going to sustain, where our children are going to sustain, and their children are going to sustain. So we have to look for the sustainability of the plants where we are, have to go ahead. Uh, lot of companies like Flipkart, for example, I will tell you, they are now in a government that our delivery will be through a electrical vehicle, so that we do not pollute air while we are delivering it. So there are many companies who are looking for sustainability of this project. So our as a manufacturing sectors, we have ourselves has taken some role, some responsibility. My prime responsibility is to have social responsibility, like developing some child girl taking donating some blood donation camp, doing blood donation camp for the villagers. My plant is in a Silvassa, is a remote location where there is lot of poverty. So we are adopting some of the villagers where we can do construction, do teaching to the same. I ask my employees, 4 hours of dedicated work they should do for the social responsibility like cleaning, maintaining and hygiene on the front. So these are some of the social responsibilities we are trying to do it on social front. Corporate governance, you have to be very ethical. You don't have to bribe it. So this is one of the aspects which I look for it. If it is, it has to be done correctly. It has to be done correctly in order to not to escape. It may cost it one time, but you will be free for the rest of the life. That is one of the aspects we look for it. And also same has to be percolated to my downstream boys and downstream member. And as a role model I have to take decisions based on that only. I can't escape on that front. Whether I was speaking to government agency, whether I am speaking to my colleague, whether I am speaking to the top management, I have to be consistent in this. So environmental, social, and corporate governance has to be right on the toes. Uh, I will tell you very frankly, the GST when it had adopted, I was in one of the companies, and GST person has come and raided us, and they used to, they must have got some clue that it was complete 8 hours of raid from 2 p.m. Till 8 p.m. in midnight. They didn't find anything. They left the plant at 10 p.m. And this was one of the great example for other plants to learn that after 8 hours of doing this thing, they didn't find anything, and the government has won. So reputation can be go down within a second. So you don't have to be that much. You have to be that much cautious. So your reputation, your plant reputation as a leader, your activity is very important for a company because you are carrying a burden of brand. So that is very important in terms of corporate governance for myself. So wherever I will work, I will carry the burden of the brand, and I will ensure that this should not happen, and this should never happen. Right from not from me, but not anyone from any person who is working in the organization. That's it, Sunny.
Rightly said, Mr. Anand. All right, so moving ahead, let's discuss technology and its impact on your professional landscape. So here is my question to you. What are some disruptions you foresee with the advent of technology like IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, digital twin, Web 3.0, etc.?
Yeah, Sunny, these are not going to take the job away. To be very frank, these are the tools where they will collect the data, they will analyze the data, but the decision has to be taken by the right on the floor who is in charge. So what used to be do earlier, I am right now a generation where I have seen this transformation from industry 3 to industry 4, and I have been one of the part. I have implemented this my two X companies, and everything became from paper to paperless manufacturing. So we had a paperless manufacturing. So this is not going to take away. This is only going to release our pressure of maintaining hard copy, maintaining documents, and taking time of decision. So right now, earlier we used to have a hard copy, then we used to transfer it to Excel, then Excel has to become into graph, and graph, after looking the graphs and after looking that, we used to take decisions. Now this industry 4.0 has come. This is helping managers to take decision very fast, to sensitize the result. So these are not going to take away, these are only going to release your pressure. So you can take instant decision. You have to you don't have to wait for the result for after 4 days or 5 days. Instant results and instant result, instant decision and instant results are able to see foreseen. And you will also able to help other boys and other colleagues to make it very fast decision makers. So this is helping us. This is also going to withdraw the boundaries between a manager and a supervisor level. So based on that, IoT is helping a supervisor to take decision very fast. Earlier, people used to wait for plant head to take decisions. Now, based on IoTs, based on the data analysis, based on the graphical representation, people itself, they see and they say, oh, this is having the problem. Let us, signified it, and they will not wait for plant head to take. So this is uh, uh, bringing the boundaries down in terms of knowing the technology. Youngsters are very much faster than me to use the app, to use the application, to understand the application. We are very slow in adopting it now. As per the human nature, the learning of any equipment after 40 goes down, and mine has also goes down. But these youngster GETs who are there in the field are helping me to understand, and I, based on my experience and based on the data, we take decisions, and they say, okay sir, we have done this, now we will do this as you are advising us. So our input, our experience are adding more values into the IoTs, in the information which are going to get ahead, and these are helping us to make decisions very fast, very quick. And as I has mentioned, the results are also going to be getting us very fast and very good. This is also bringing the cost of production down, because you don't have breakdown of the machines, or before breakdown you are taking some certain decisions. Before product going wrong, you are taking decisions of product change or product manufacturing. Before there is any supply chain disruption, you are changing the plan so that the entire supply chain does not come into halt stop. So there are a lot of things, these are helping us to make decisions, bringing the cost down. Non-value added activities and the waste of time have been reduced. So as per my experience, these are helping us. We should not be bothered about the new technologies, IoTs, which are coming to in place. Robots are helping people to get away from stress of lifting heavy weights. So, so this is what from my perspective, I look forward for this. Definitely, it's going to help us in long term.
Mr. Anand, thank you for sharing such amazing insights into different subjects. So this brings us to the last question of the session. We are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the team of World Development Corporation?
Correct. This has to be there. So we generally share our views, our thought during our communication when we are meeting some CIA conclaves or CIA federation meetings and something like that, where we exchange our views and exchange our words into them. And this will help us to to bring standard of level where we will compete that into international forum. India as an emerging manufacturing sector, and we can help them help India as an economy to grow, boost more in terms of bringing the cost down. Now we are having a competitor like China where the manufacturing cost is very less. But if we India, all these technologies person or the world as a whole community can bring to a one level of standard or a one page, we can bring and help the innovation to come play where we are struggling to bring some innovation, some life changing devices we can make. If all these have come together and can expertise and share the expertise knowledge of them, manufacturing sector is for myself and for the manufacturing sector is always a learning graph. Yeah, a person can spend 15 years, still he has to learn things in the same field I am talking. I have spent so much time in India, but still something is new is happening in this field. So bringing this all this into a one platform will help us to share the knowledge, to gain each other expertise, to bring something innovation in the field of technology. So I came from automobile applying technology into a plastic industry. So this is helping plastic industries to become lean, become more profitable. So this cross pollination will help us, in terms of technology, in terms of lean, in terms of bringing the cost of production down, and also bringing the IoT, smart city, smart factory, and land. What new technologies is going to come up to bring the best in the class to make a smart factory also. So this will help us a lot, and I would like to be participate into one of such forum.
Great. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Vijay Anand, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.
Thank you, Sarin. Thank you for having me here. Would love to be here, and thank you especially to you and Hetal and the team for organizing this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.